right, everybody, welcome in to the very first ever Ollie Smith Show, filmed live here at Chick-fil-A at 4th Street. Coach, it's an honor to have you sit in with us.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Right off the bat.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to talk to you about a few things right off the bat. So, Coach, before we dive into this season, can you tell everybody that may not be familiar with you? I know a lot of people are familiar with you, but your journey at Gadsden City was actually there when Gadsden City started up. Can you talk about your journey into becoming head coach at Gadsden City?
I started in 06. I started as the outside linebackers coach under Coach Billingsley and recruiting coordinator. And then in 07, I went over as a defense coordinator, and I served as a defense coordinator, recruiting coordinator until 2012. And then at that point, I started being the head boys and girls track coach, as well as the co-defense coordinator. Then after that, I came back to being a defense coordinator and still served as the track coach, and then now you have it here.
That's beautiful. It's a testament, man. You're hanging in there, keep doing the right things, grinding. It's beautiful. So now you've actually taken over. You had the Titans in the spring.
Yes.
And now you had them over into the fall. Can you talk about the growth and development of the team from that point in spring to where you are now?
Well, our kids, they've done everything we've asked them thus far. And they're working, they're trying to be accountable for what's going on, and those are the things that we've talked to them about since fall workouts, going into spring workouts, and over into the summer workouts. So we see a lot of change in our young men growing on and off the field.
That's good. And now you guys opened up with crosstown rival Etowah, and something you and I talked about in a previous interview is the importance of the city getting behind you.
Yes.
And we noticed as we went in the stadium, I mean, we were there an hour early and it took us 30 minutes to get in.
Yes.
Having 10,000 people there. Talk about the importance of that kind of atmosphere, how we're going to get to maintain that at Gadsden City.
Well, for me personally, for our young men, and what I keep trying to tell them and share with them, that it is great, and that's a great atmosphere for our kids, but we can't have that excitement just for one game.
Right.
One game don't define our kids or our program or our city, but we definitely need that excitement going forward at each game, and our stadium should be like that every night. Right. Not just for that game, and that game means a lot to people locally, but for our kids, the thing what they do, they represent our city, so we need to come out and support our children every Friday night.
And let's talk about that game for a minute specifically. You lost to Marcus Macon very early in that game, maybe second drive or so?
It was in the second half, second quarter. Second quarter.
Okay, in the second quarter, that's a massive blow, and it obviously changed your scheme from a play calling standpoint.
Oh, definitely. It was big for us. It takes a little something. We have a quality backup, but at the same token, he hadn't had the reps with the first group as the Marcus had. So you have the confidence in him, but you just certain things you kind of put to the side that you feel more comfortable with DeMarcus doing, but that's not an excuse. We got to get better and moving forward.
And speaking of injuries, I mean, you've had some major key injuries, and basically DeMarcus, Trey Blunt, and even you hadn't had DeRicky Wright yet. And that, that's kind of contributed to the slow start, but at the same time, what have you learned about the guys who stayed through the times and battle?
Oh, well, we had, we had some guys that's out there playing, that's been banged up, that's playing through injury, and we appreciate them and their efforts of trying to get better, working on that regard. And, we found some guys that play linebacker that have had to help out in some areas and different things, and some young safeties that have had to step in and play in reserve for where DeRicky would have played, and another guy that we hadn't had. We had to move a guy from corner back to safety to try to help out, and had to put a young corner in out there. So little Rodney Johnson, he played hard for us. Rashad Johnson has, he's been a jack of all trades. He's played DL. He's worked it outside backer and inside backer.
Swiss Army now.
Yes.
Yes. That's what DeRicky is.
Yes.
Too.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
So now the good news is you're getting a lot of those guys back. I think Trey, DeMarcus, and DeRicky all are coming back. Talk about the boost that is just from the standpoint of the locker room, for the team overall, to know that these guys are coming back.
Well, I think it gives the other kids a little bit of confidence, and now it's giving guys a little game experience, and then you have those guys coming back with a lot of game experience that's going to really help us and move us forward. I think it'll be exciting.
That's good. Now, about to start region play.
Yes.
Talk about the importance of getting the guys dialed in and how important that really is.
Well, I hope they understand it. We've been talking about this for a while, getting in the region play, and our kids understanding that we want to play in the month of November, and this is the start to get on that quest to get to the month of November. So hopefully that our kids understand the importance. We've been telling them that a lot of people, you know, games when we used to come over and play them and they see Gadsden City on their schedule, this is their Super Bowl, you know. But for us, Friday night is our Super Bowl. You know, that's how we need to approach it. Like, hey, this is the biggest game on our schedule.
That's beautiful. Now you guys are heading to Sparkman this Friday night. What have you seen on film or something that stuck out about Sparkman specifically?
A very solid football team, very well coached. Coach White does an excellent job up there. His brother and that's over at May Jemison as well. I've known those guys, played against them in high school. They played at one in Cortland back in the 90s.
Cortland used to be.
Yes, and they were on that team. Their dad was the coach, so they are very hard-nosed people, and his team is very reflective of him. So Coach White, it's going to be a very challenging ball game for us.
That's good. Now, Coach, what do you want to see out of Gadsden City's players in order to get this thing turned around and get a fast start in region play?
Hey, there's no bones about it. My kids know, my coaches know, the people around the program know. I want to see our kids compete.
That's it.
And they know that. That's the bottom line. They need to compete and compete in every aspect of the game. And not just on the field, but they need to compete off the field, in the weight room and at practice.
Awesome. And finally, Coach, we're going to close with this. I want to give you a moment, opportunity to spotlight some of the guys that's just battled from day one. I'm talking about from spring over into fall, and when you got into the actual battles with the real, what we call the real bullets line. The guys who hadn't quit was really
well. I tell you, Jay Lawson. You know, you take Jay Lawson, and that kid, he's worked at punt returner, he's worked at receiver, he's worked at quarterback. We worked him at a little running back. We worked him at a little safety, and then, you know, first ball game he's playing receiver, and then now we throw him at quarterback. So he's a kid that has given us everything that we've asked of him. We have a kid, Zion Kirby. He's done a lot that we've asked him. He had to be thrown in there at safety. We got a bunch of them. Aaron Richards up front for us. Look here, Jackson Veazey. He's a freshman for us. We've thrown him in there. He started at the DL for us. C.J. Miller and the Ivy Byers, they've worked, and man, they hadn't had the success early that they like, but man, they give us everything they have at practice every day, and we look forward to moving into region play with those guys.
Well, Coach, good luck at Sparkman Friday night, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday.
Hey, thank you guys. Hey, appreciate it. Enjoy.